The Department of Transportation is handing down a record-setting fine now for Southwest Airlines after last year's travel meltdown during the holiday season. The $140 million fine is 30 times larger than any previous fine against an airline. And the government is also making Southwest issue a $75 flight credit to any traveler whose arrival is delayed more than 3 hours if it's the airline's fault. The transportation reporter Sam Sweeney is tracking all this. So the Department of Transportation definitely trying to send a message here with this historic fine.
Yep, sending a message to Southwest and all of the other airlines to get it together and take care of your customers, or else you will be held accountable. Secretary Buttigieg has made this a point of his tenure as the Secretary of Transportation. I spoke with him this morning. Let's listen.
This record penalty is holding Southwest accountable for their failures, and it is sending a message to the entire industry with a new standard, a new level of accountability. It is a multiple of anything that our department has done in the past, and our expectation is that that will lead to better decisions and better passenger service.
And the Department of Transportation has spent nearly a year investigating Southwest before they made this announcement this morning. They went to Texas. They went methodically through the paperwork. They went through the complaints, and that's how they came up with this historical fine, Kira, as you said, 30 times what they've ever done in the past. And Southwest is out with a statement saying that they don't agree that they broke the law, as the Department of Transportation says, but they are glad that they have reached this settlement and that they will be able to provide this industry first, as you said, a $75 flight credit to anyone whose flight is delayed by more than 3 hours when it is Southwest's fault. Now, that won't go into effect until later next year, but still a first for a U.S. airline.
All right, and Southwest, who is it paying this fine to, and will the consumer actually see any of that?
They are going to pay $35 million to the U.S. government. It will go into the Treasury, as any other fine typically does. And then $90 million of it will be used for that new fund to compensate passengers going forward. And they were also given credit because of the amount of rapid rewards or frequent flyer points that they gave out as part of the compensation to the people who, more than 2 million people who were affected by those delays and cancellations last year. You remember, nearly 17,000 flights were canceled in about a week's period.
Well, will other airlines have to comply, you think? Will we see a domino effect?
I asked Secretary Buttigieg that if that's his goal to make this industry-wide, and he said that they are looking at it. It will have to go through a lengthy federal regulatory process, but it is certainly something that they are very interested in seeing across the board.
Do you think airlines have revamped their systems at all since the Southwest meltdown?
A lot of lessons were learned from this, not just for Southwest, but across the board. United, American, Delta, all making sure that their systems are in tip-top shape, the newest technology, so they're able to handle these incidents. Southwest was dealing with an antiquated system, particularly its crew system. They weren't able to get their flight attendants and pilots in position to restart the airline. Eventually, they said, we're just going to cancel nearly every flight. It'll be a full stop, and we will restart the operation the next day after we move crews around. But some flight attendants and pilots were reporting they were on hold with the company for more than 16 hours trying to figure out where they should be.
Sam Sweeney, appreciate it. Hopefully this week will be smooth.
Fingers crossed.
Yes.
Hi everyone, George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.